Check, check, check. Can you guys not see my screen? I see my screen. Look, is that green? Is it? Am I seeing just a green screen? Morning. Good morning, Bison. Is my screen nothing but green? Or is that just me? Why is it doing that? Can you guys see the chart on my screen? Please tell me you can. Good morning, Brian. I can see the screen. But do you see the chart on my screen, or do you see just a green screen? Okay, good. As long as you can see the chart. For some reason on YouTube, it shows a green screen, but on my encoding software, it shows a chart. I don't know why. Why it's being sketchy, but as long as you guys can see it, that's all that matters. Okay. All right, so we're good. We're rock and rolling. Yes, you can see. Oh. 9/11. Anybody remember where you were when 9/11 happened? 9/11/2001. That was just before I moved to Iowa. I was literally like 2 weeks before I moved to Iowa. I had just gotten out of the Army, and I was getting ready to move to Iowa. On a whim, getting ready to move to Iowa. That was back whenever I thought I was tough, and I wanted to be a professional mixed martial arts fighter. So I packed all my shit in my car and drove to Iowa, because back then there was a really good MMA school in Davenport. So that's why I came to Iowa originally, and ended up, got there and found out I wasn't as tough as I thought I was. I had already been practicing martial arts like most of my life, but I'm not like any genetically gifted athlete or a Olympic wrestler or anything like that. I'm just some beaner with an attitude. Anyways, let's see here. September 11th. It's what it says in my little book today. Educate yourself in life skills. Learn how to set and achieve goals. Manage your time. Improve your self-esteem. Get along with other people and improve your attitude. That's the stuff that will make you successful. Technical skills and abilities are only a small portion of your success. Life skills are the major portion. That's what it says in my book that my dad gave me. Stuff that works every single day. September 11th. So, remember, yeah, that was a pretty tragic day. I didn't realize the magnitude of it when I seen it on TV that morning. But it is what it is. Alright, so let's talk some stocks now. Got Nicola over here. Alright, VVPR. That's my position. I bought VVPR. Look at the daily on it. Look at this daily. Okay. 4 days ago, we had the big blow off top volume. Well, it wasn't huge blow off top volume, but we had a big volume day. Now we've had a low volume sell off. Also, anybody, before I get into this, anybody that's new, that is new to trading, and whenever I say certain things, or feel free to ask in the chat, post any questions anybody has, post them in there. Even if you're not new, maybe you'll bring up something, and if I don't know, SF, what's up? What's SF stand for? San Francisco? Yes, I am long buying VVPR. That's what I'll just get into. So let's get back to this setup. So I got the daily chart up right now. Each one of these candles represents 1 day. So we have a big squeeze up to almost 15. Then it sold off, low volume sell off. Now, I was longing a little bit. I longed it on the first day that it dumped down to 8, and then it bounced. but it really couldn't keep going. It couldn't hold 8, so I got out. And then yesterday, whenever it started, the whole market was crashing. If we look at the SPY, and the SPY is still looking pretty sketchy, looking pretty weak right now. We've had a couple of big down days, so the SPY could crack this support at $332 and can continue down, going down to the 300s. So that wouldn't surprise me if that happened. If that happens in the SPY, because lots of stocks yesterday when the SPY was getting crushed, lots of stocks were giving it up as the SPY. Like I was short Workhorse yesterday, and I was covering into this flush down to 2235. So yeah, lots of stocks were. So today with VVPR, back to that one. Okay, I was buying into this. I piled in. I was buying at $7. Ended up with a total. I was buying it like, I think I was buying it like 710, 705, 7, and my last buy was at like 695. I ended up with 3,500 shares. I sold 1,000 shares into this little bounce in the 720s, and then I held the rest because I didn't know if it was going to gap up or what. Now. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a gap up right now, it looks like. And depending on what the SPY does, it could still... TAOP. How did I not get executed there? Sorry. Depending on what the SPY does, I mean, it could still go down. And if it does, that's okay. I'm considering, if this doesn't bounce, if VVPR doesn't bounce today, I'll be really, 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 really surprised if it doesn't bounce Monday. So we'll see what happens with it. My goal is between $8 and $10. So if it gets anywhere near 8, I will be selling some. Granted, I have 2,500 shares, so I mean, if it goes from $7 to $8 and I sell 1,000 shares, it's $1,000. So you know, anytime there's $1,000 profit, you know, Daddy's gonna snatch that shit up. Holy smokes! Okay, let's see here. We got lots of. Yes, I've been a challenge student since 2016. Yep. One time I told my buddy I was a challenge student, and he started laughing at me. And he started laughing. He's like, Brian, that doesn't surprise me at all that you're a challenge student. And then he started acting like retarded. Get it? And he started doing like, anyways, it's kind of mean, but it was funny. Because I always knew you were a challenge student, you know, and yes, I'm challenged. Buying's long from 736. Don't be sad, buying. It's okay. It will bounce. Okay? Don't be sad. You look a little scared. Don't be scared. I've seen this setup so many times. At worst case scenario, it goes down to like, say it does flush down to 6. If it flushes down to 6, I'm adding like another 3,000, 4,000 shares. I'll probably cut the trade. Okay, right here, red to green on VVPR is $7. So if it doesn't hold over 7, and it say I probably would cut the trade at 7-ish or at 690s. So if it doesn't hold like the 690s and doesn't hold green on the day, then I'd probably cut the trade and maybe not even all my shares. Maybe I would just cut the trade at like, I would cover like 1,500 shares. And then if it went lower to like 656, then I'm gonna pile in a lot of shares, maybe even like 5,000. A lot of shares for me, you know, and for 5,000 shares for me on a $6 or $7 stock is a big position for me. You know, everyone's different. Everyone has different account sizes. So what's big for me may not be big for somebody else, or what's big for me may be huge or what's not so big for me may be huge for somebody else. So whatever it doesn't matter what where you're at in your journey and what your account size is. Just you do you and whatever's comfortable for you. See here, I'm looking at this chat. Have you all believed the gospel? The gospel is that Jesus died on the cross for your sins and was buried and rose again the third day. Whoa, I thought we were talking stocks here. Research that Jesus oath. Research Baptist female genital mutilation in America. Look up the playlist on my channel. The Pope is the Antichrist. What the hell? 9/11 was an inside job. Well, yeah, I've heard that before, but I have no clue. Well, we're not really talking about that right now. We're talking about stocks. And yeah, SF, what's the point of what you're... Yeah, anyways. To spread the truth. Well, that's cute. Anyways, your perception of the truth and somebody else's perception of the truth may be two different things. So, and your thoughts and your beliefs are completely your business, 100%. Definitely not mine. Anyways, we'll get back to the stock market because that's what we're talking about here. We want to talk about how to make some fucking money, all right? That's my truth right now, is making some money, right? If speculating about 9/11 and if you know, Jesus is circumcised or not is not really my concern at this point. Kodak, KODK, you sound like Matt Alvarado, who's in the chat. He loves Kodak too. Is very tempting. I'm thinking what you're saying. Kodak's dead to me right now. If Kodak spikes at all, I'm going to short it. KODK. KODK. Where's it at right now? 647. Hanging around. Yeah, it's going to be hard for this thing to move at all. Well, the longer it consolidates, it's kind of... The longer it consolidates, it's its lows. You know what? I don't even want to mess with it because I want to wait till it gets volume, news. I'd like it for it to consolidate further away from this big, huge, long parabolic move before I'm going to get interested in it. You know? I need a multi-day runner. That's what I'm searching for all the time. Top percent gainers, multi-day runners. Top percent gainers, multi-day runners. Very specific patterns that I've seen over and over and over. Like VVPR. Okay? VVPR gapping up a little bit to the 720s. And I'm going to cut... Right, TAOP was the top as the top percent gainer. I actually shorted TAOP, and it's because of this. Look at this. Look at this daily chart. Had a big move. It popped up a little bit. So, and lately it seems like everything that pops up close to 100% or 80%, it sells off pretty hard, at least in September. So I'm going to cover the rest of my shares. I got short at 446. Yeah, also Tara White, I know you're trying to spread the truth, but let's keep the chat talking about stocks and not female genital mutilation. Okay? Please? I've never had to gag anybody on this or kick anybody out or anything like that, and I don't want to have to figure that out. I don't even know how to do that, but I'm sure you can. Okay? I'm sure there's a button here that says dick mode. JCPenney, JCPNQ. Let's look at that one. Yeah, I missed that one completely. I don't play a lot of the stocks that Sykes plays lately because they're just too low price. But this one is at least 30 cents. God, JCPenney, I feel bad for these guys. Man, they've just gotten destroyed. Absolutely crushed. Man, look at that. Big spike, fail. I mean, you might get a bounce. I like the multi-day runners for the bounces. I like something that's squeezed for at least like 3 days. 2 to 3 days, maybe 4. The more days the better. It squeezes up on the multi-day runner and then it pulls back on a low volume fade and then you buy it for that bounce. So something like this, it's almost like a one and done. You know, you've heard Crook talk about, you know, don't ever fuck with 1 day failed spikers. So if a stock spikes up on day one and doesn't hold, then then it's an ignore. But I mean, I guess this one did run. JCPenney ran 2 days, so you had first day, second day, and then it sold off. But a hell of a percentage move though. You know, you're able to buy it in like the 30s. Golly, you could sell it up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Man. Anyways, so other than that, I don't. There's also BFRA. BFRA. I mean, this one's just gotten crushed. So I mean, I'd be very, very short biased and cautious on any long on this. Squeeze up to 11. So I got this one on a side chart. I don't even know if there's shares to short on it. I probably won't trade it long at all. BFRA. Let's see if this spikes up today, if we get a squeeze up to, you know, I mean, if this thing went to like 20 or anything like that, I'd definitely be shorting it because I think I think any spike is just going to get sold off into because of this prior resistance. Look at this resistance. Every spike right here, you know, from back in August has just been completely sold into. So if this thing went up to, you know, 15, 16, anywhere in that range, I'm going to see if I can't find some shares to short on it real quick. Put in a wish order at Man, we're already 2 minutes till the open. Wow, there is shares to short. Can't believe it. I'm not shorting it yet, though, just so you guys know. I'm going to, if it spikes, a morning spike, that's what I would short into, is a morning spike. I'm not shorting it now. It's not, I need some type of parabolic move on BFRA before I short. I just think that if it spikes today, it's going to fail. Just putting in my orders. So I'm putting in orders at different levels. So if it gets up to like, I started at 14, then short a little bit. If it goes a little higher, short a little bit. Because by the time it gets to those levels, there may not be shares. There may not be no shares to short. So you have to. So I kind of somewhat guess. It's kind of a dangerous way to trade. I'll be honest with you, and I wouldn't recommend anybody do that that's brand new to trading. But yeah, I put in orders to short all the way from like $14 to $18. All right, we're open. Yes, I'm a Sykes Challenge student. Yep, have been for a long time. I also am a subscriber at Investors Underground, too. Oh yeah, T-Con. Yes, T-Con. I'm actually I'm short T-Con right now at 425, but it looks like it's about to go green. In fact, I'm going to put a stop loss in. the red to green, I'm going to put in a stop loss at 431. Okay, the SPY looks like it's holding for right now. So I'm watching the SPY also. I just want to see if it stays red on the day or... And VVPR doing nothing right now. And for me, VVPR is more of a swing trade idea, buying. It will bounce. I've yet to see a multi-day runner have a low volume sell-off and not bounce. A few weeks ago, Redo wasn't bouncing, but then it ended up bouncing at like 550. Bounced to like 730. And the SPY is spiking right now. So that's good. So that bodes well for some longs. I'm watching WKHS. See if it holds green on the day. Kind of thinking I should have held my short, but meh. BFRA failing. Kind of thought it was going to. And WKHS testing the red to green right now at 2240. Get the VVPR up. WKHS. So I'm watching WKHS testing the red to green. Or the green to red, I should say. It's green on the day, and it's looking at testing the red to green, or the green to red is $22.39. And T-Con might cover a little bit right here of my T-Con, as it looks like it's kind of dumping some. Take some profits. All right, covered a little bit of my T-Con right there at $4.12. See if it continues to fade. The SPY pulling back. A little more downside on VVPR down to the 680s. I haven't sold any yet. I think I'm just going to be stubborn with it and hold it. I'm just going to average down and add some shares. And typically I would never be a proponent of. I'm a big proponent of cutting losses. I've been, I have been from day one. I've been brainwashed from my mentors to cut losses immediately and fast, and I'm pretty good about it. Except sometimes I get a little stubborn with my shorts, but even now I don't like getting squeezed. Fucking SPY. SPY's getting thrashed right now, or it's failed morning spike on the SPY. That sucks. So the SPY tried to spike, but it's still holding green. We'll see if it finds some support. Let's see what the okay, the red to green on the SPY is $333. So we'd like to see that hold at least. So I'm hoping that we're going to get and Workhorse is going red. Workhorse is going red. SPY's flushing. VVPR holding the 680s. Actually, my business partner, every time I see a VVPR setup, because my business partner trades, but he's more of a swing trader. He's not a degenerate fucking, action junkie like myself, where he has to sit in front of the computer every single day and watch the market every day like I do. I love the fucking market, right? He doesn't. He's my business partner was a psych student too, but he just didn't. He also learned Matty Owens' algorithms and how to build algorithms, but he doesn't really use it. But so now every time I see a number 5 dip buy like VVPR, I'll send him a text, be like, dude, VVPR number 5 dip buy, get on it. And he has not lost on a single one yet. But he has a lot of patience too. He'll buy and he'll hold for when I sell too early. He'll hold for like an extra 2 days or something. Like I said, he's more of a swing trade type guy. He doesn't like babysitting the stocks and looking at the shit every single day. He likes to buy one, check in on it, and then, he doesn't want to get up early in the morning. He doesn't want to sit here and watch the screen all day. He's not down like that. Which to each their own. That's the great thing about the stock market is that, I mean, I do believe that you need screen time, but he does have me telling him, hey, look, this is setting up. But he knows the setup. So that's why he has confidence in it. And T-Con bouncing a little bit. Man, T-Con is just like, it's weird. It's a multi-day runner on just such light volume. That's what I don't like about it that much. You couldn't take really big size with T-Con if you were trading, I mean, you could take like 1,000 shares or whatever, but you couldn't trade like big size like Nate Mashad does at Investors Underground or Tim Grattani. You couldn't trade, 20, 50,000 shares because you would literally affect like so much. You could affect the entire momentum of the stock because the volume's too light. That's why they always want volume. Because you want to be, say you want to have big size. You want to be able to take big size, but you want to be a small fish in a big pond. You don't want your buys and sells to be affecting the. So I might short this workhorse right now. This bounce right here. See this little bounce right here? I might short this. I'm not sure yet. Maybe. To dabble or to not to dabble? Short this little bounce. Alright, short a little bounce. Probably risk 23-ish. So look at these peaks right here yesterday. Right here in the 2280s, it got rejected. Got rejected again in the 2280s. This morning, it tried to get over 23 for a minute. So we'll see how if it rejects up here at 23 too also. I didn't take huge size. I mean, I could average in, but we'll see. We'll just let it work for a minute and see how it. I may add. I'm not sure yet. SPY bouncing. Sweet. SPY bounced off the green to red. Hey, VVPR, we're over 7 now. There you go, buying. Look, VVPR, we got a little baby bounce. We got a little shit bounce. Nothing to write home to mom about. I'm probably going to sell a little bit right here. 725 because this bounce may just be short-lived. And it may have a pullback and I can just add some back more on the pullback. Right? Sold some right there. Sold 500 shares. So VVPR, we got, see now it's already pulling back. So we'll see if VVPR can hold green. The red to green on VVPR is 706. So really, we want 7 to hold. We want 7 to hold. And Workhorse, as predicted or as expected, 23 rejected. So far, but that could change. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. There we go. So that's what I was thinking. It would get rejected here. Let's see if that. So 23 is going to be my risk right now with Workhorse. Risk 25 cents. VVPR. Are you gonna hold? I think VVPR might start climbing up for us. If it holds over $7, especially if it holds green on the day. Cut losses quick, but still have issues with that and not taking my gains. Yeah, my problem is I take my gains too fast. Actually, my buddy who he's on here with me on Wednesdays. His name's Henry, and he's super patient with his. It's a double-edged sword. Patience is, you know. I mean, sometimes you try to be patient with the trade and let it work for you, and let it develop, and you know, and it comes back and it bites you in the ass, and you might, you know, miss out on some of the profits you could have had, or turn a winner into a loser. But on the other side of the coin, you know, there's nothing wrong with paying yourself. So that's why I usually just take. Good morning, Ellis. So that's why I always take my profits too fast. My buddy Henry, yeah, you know, he takes smaller size, but he'll stay in the trade for longer. You know, it keeps him in that smaller size. I take a little bit bigger size, so you know, my goal every day is $1,000 a day. That's my goal. And really, you know, fuck that. My goal is just to be green. You know. Now, yeah, I'm working for 1,000. I don't always get, like yesterday I didn't make 1,000. Yesterday I made like 700. You know, day before that I made, what did I make? I had one day this week where I made like 1,100, I think, and then one day I had a day where I made like a little over 2,000. So it's been a good week, you know. It's not bad. A couple weeks ago I had a $4,000 day. That was nice. Have you been long VVPR? What Palcash? I'm in from. I was scaling in from like the 720s all the way down to the 690s. So right now my average is $7.09. I did sell some up in the 720s though. So those shares that, you know, I sold some in the 720s. So right now I got 2,000 shares. I kind of wanted more. I kind of wanted 3,000 shares, but this thing may pull back a little bit more. We're going to get a gap up and a spike one of these days here soon. The last one that we hit was Kirk. Remember Kirk? That was just a couple of weeks ago. Or a week ago or something. Yeah, nailed Kirk. See, look at it. Same setup. Look. Good big multi-day run. I got the chart up right here on my screen. Big multi-day run. We had a low volume sell-off. It sold off for 4 days. Right down here, I was buying. I think I bought at, maybe I bought at 7, I think. Can't remember exactly where I bought. I think I bought around 7, and I was selling at like, yeah, I was buying at 7. I was buying at 7, and I was selling at 8. I think my last sell was at like, was in the 8s. My buddy, my business partner, he actually sold up here in the 9s. He held for an extra day. So yeah, I was selling the next day at like into the 8s, 850. Look at that, VVPR. Look, there it is. There it is. There it fucking is. I mean, it's kind of a shitty little spike. I'm going to sell some more. Because I can always add on a pullback. I can always add some back on the pullback. Right? Now, if you're under PDT, damn it, I didn't get all that I wanted. I sold a little bit, but I didn't get all of it executed. I didn't get all of it executed. There we go. Come on. So if it pulls back, all right, so I got some out at 728. So yeah, let's just see if this, make sure this holds over $7. I'm going to add some more back. If I was under PDT though, I probably wouldn't be selling shit. I probably would just hang out and hold it till like Monday and swing it. Because then you don't waste the day trade. It depends on when you bought it. If you bought it today, if I was under PDT right now, if I bought it today, I would not waste the day trade by selling it today. I would hold it till Monday. That's me. Unless it meets my goals. I mean, if it started squeezing and it went to $8, yeah. But if it hangs around and bullshits between like 7 and 7:30 all day long and just kind of consolidates and hangs out green, just doesn't really spike, doesn't do shit, but just I would hold it to Monday. But if it started squeezing to 8, 8.50, 9, then yeah, take that profit. You know what? Buying, you say, I'm going to sell to break even. You're completely out. There's nothing wrong with that. If that takes the stress off of you and you're not, because I know it sucks holding. I don't believe in holding losers. I don't believe in fucking bag holding shit. I do not. You know what? How I think? I think of my. I read this in this book too. I like it. I'm gonna find it and read it to you guys, because if I try to say it to you, I'll just fuck it up. But the concept and the idea, I love. In this book, How to Make Money in Stocks by William J. O'Neill. It's a good book. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I think of my trading account as like a garden, okay? And I like to keep my garden nice and neat and pristine. Keep my flowers watered. Keep my winters going. And then the weeds, all the nasty shit, the weeds that trying to grow in it, those are like your losers. You got to pick those out. Keep it clean. I don't like my capital, my money, I don't like my capital be taken up with losers. Also, not only you got to think of the mental capital too. Your brain, like how much, because when you're holding a loser, you're just thinking about it, worrying about it, wondering about it. I don't like that monkey on my back. I don't like that stress. Fuck that. Uh-oh. Workhorse over 23. Better get out. Well. No. I'm not going to get rid of it just yet. Oh, to cut workhorse or to not cut workhorse? That is the question. Should I pick the weed out or should I let it go a little longer? Let's see here. I kind of want to add, to be honest with you, but maybe I'll just let it pull back because my entry is 2276. I can pull out and then exit. All right, so I add a little bit here at 23. I'm going to let it pull back. So now my average is 2288. I'm going to let it pull back to the 2270s, and I'm probably just going to get out. My average is 2288, so see if it pulls back to the 2280s or 2270s. And I'll just cover it all. All right, I'm out. I got out. My average was 2288. I got it at 2281. Probably premature. It's probably going to fail here. Fuck. We'll see, though. We'll just... The red to green on Workhorse is 22.39 till 22.40. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how it reacts around that red to green. Say it pulls back all and it breaks this trend. See this trend you got going right over here? It breaks this trend and it bounces off that red to green and it pops and puts in a higher low, say around like the 22.70s or 22.60s. I may reshort there for a break and for a break of green to red later on today, and then it flushes. So we'll just keep an eye on it, but I'm out for right now. CODX moving. Yeah, CODX was hitting the scanner yesterday. I mean, it was due for a bounce. CODX just got crushed. Look at that. So I'm not long in CODX, but I'm definitely watching it for a short. I'm going to be shorting this thing soon. Multi-day runners. Yes, I like multi-day runners. That's what we want. Multi-day runners. So higher the better. Hopefully it gets up to 15. Maybe 16, 17. So the low was the 8. So yeah. CODX definitely needs to be on the watch list. T-Con, not doing squat. I'm done waiting for T-Con. It's a waste of my time. All right, and it looks like VVPR is going to pull back a little bit. What do I think of VBLT? Was a morning gapper. Good news. Well, it's not hitting the high day scanner right now. I haven't looked at it. VBLT. Ooh, look at that daily is what I think. Nasty. That is cochino. Man, look at that daily chart. That's just a choppy mess. I don't know how to trade that shit. I do not know how to trade that. What's the news? Human reports of proof concept showing data potential novel. Yeah, I don't know how to trade that, Matt. I mean, I look at the daily and it just looks like a choppy mess to me. You know, I would need it to get over the 160s and become a multi-day runner before I'd be interested on volume. I mean, yeah, it has volume today, but it can't go anywhere. I mean, it's spiked. It's just, to me, it just looks like a one-day failed spiker. So I got zero interest in it right now. I mean, I guess you could buy it down here and hope that it maybe comes back. But, meh. All right, so we got a pullback on VVPR at 712. I think I'm going to add some shares back. So it looks like VVPR is going to maybe a swing for till Monday. I have a lot of faith that VVPR, like that Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I have a lot of faith that VVPR is going to ooh, look at that BFRA. The VVPR is going to get to $8, $9, $10 a share. You know, look at that BFRA. There we go. BFRA. Look at that BFRA spiking. Good for you. See if. Wow, BFRA. I'll be honest with you right now. All I'm thinking is short. All right, I took some short on BFRA. Probably, I'm early. I know I'm fucking early. I know I'm early. I took small size. Palkesh is long at 1010. Palkesh always gets the best entries on BF on all his. Every time he posts an entry, it's like, I'm like, damn, man. I like your entry a lot, Palcash. Look at that. See, it breaks the high. It's over VWAP. It's consolidating over VWAP. It's over the whole dollar of $10. I like it. Now, if I would have been in, I would have been selling at 10.50. It just looks, the reason why I shorted it is it looks stuffy up here. It's like trying to squeeze, but it can't. It's just, you know, it's stuffy. It's got the COVID fucking sinus cold. Fuck me. Workhorse is about, okay, here's Workhorse testing red to green. Or green to red. It's testing right here. Remember 2240 was, so Workhorse, if it bounces right here and we get a higher low, it's going red. It's going red. I should have held my short. But then again, I don't know. I don't have the patience today. Henry was going to be like, you don't have the patience any day, Brian. Well, you're right, Henry. I don't. Look at that. Look at that. That was the short. Remember, I was like, this 23 just gets rejected. It got rejected twice yesterday. All right, so now I'm just going to be watching for a bounce on Workhorse to short into. So let's get a bounce. Say the 2260s. I may just dabble right here. Looking to add. All right, I got some at 2250. I'm looked to add up to 2275. So we'll add to the bounce. Meanwhile, BFRA down to 10. I should have took more size, but that's okay. It'll probably hold the 10s. Okay, covered some of my BFRA at 1020. So took some profits there. Now BFRA right here, BFRA could hold. Let me go back to BFRA. BFRA. All right, BFRA could hold over this, could still hold over VWAP and consolidate and still squeeze up higher. In fact, I hope it does. A for Palcash, because we want Palcash to make some monies, right? Yes, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a wish order at up here at 11. Because I think it's going to get rejected by these pre-market highs. And then I'll use the pre-market highs also as my risk. So yes, I'd like the higher the better, because the higher this thing goes. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, ouch. That's no bueno. And we're getting no more of a bounce out of Workhorse. Damn, I should. Oh, man. Oh, Workhorse is about to crack low a day. All right, I just covered more of my BFRA. Covered more of my BFRA at 981. And I'm going to look to add to my short on Workhorse. I really don't want to short into this weakness. God dang it, man. It looks like it's about to crack low a day and flush. I should be patient, wait for a bounce on Workhorse if I want to short more. Yes, I'm going to be patient, wait for a bounce. I'm not going to short into any more weakness. I'm going to put an order in at I'll just wait. I'll wait. We'll see how much of a bounce Workhorse can have. I'd like to short more into a rejection near VWAP or VWAP. Is it VWAP or VWAP? I like VWAP. I mean, I just said VWAP. I think it's because I've been listening to Nate Machad too much. Oh, Pal Cash, I hope you cut your losses on that motherfucker. Or I hope you took some profits up towards 1050. Did you take some profits? Did you take some profits, bro? Can't locate shares. What broker were you trying to locate shares with? Workhorse or BFRA? I'm on E-Trade, so E-Trade had shares, which surprises the shit out of me. Because usually when the stock is like at its best time to short, they don't have shares. They already ran out. I honestly thought that on... Oh, the SPY. Look at that. The SPY is... Oh. Look at the SPY. I mean, it's still technically green on the day. It bounced off of the red to green perfectly, the SPY did. So let's see if the SPY can hold green. If the SPY goes red, I'm gonna get aggressive on some of these shorts. And this might be the reason why VVPR is not bouncing. But it is holding 7, though. It's holding 7. It's holding green. Tim Sykes just bought 10,000 shares of HNCKF at $1.09. Bought a little of this rumor play, spiking on rumors of Tesla buying their metals. Halted in Canada, but trading in the U.S. Just broke day of high. So let's look at that one. HNCKF. HNCKF. So yeah, that's nice looking. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, look at that. Look at this chart. See, look at this daily chart. Look at that. I like this daily a lot. Look at that. There's no overhead resistance. Look at that. There's not a bunch of failed spikes. It's not a big choppy mess. It's breaking out. You know, it's a 52-week highs. It's over a whole dollar number. It's got news. The volume is more shares now than yesterday. So I kind of like this one. Sykes is in at $1.09. So I'm not buying it up here at 125. Because this, you know, he bought 10,000 shares of it. His ass is he probably sold it. I guarantee you he sold some at like 120. I'm almost positive. So I'm not going to be buying into his sells. Fuck that. Oh yeah, CODX. Thank you for not letting me forget. CODX. I got to keep that one up. CODX. Nope. Trade Zero doesn't even have any shares to short on it. That's odd. I don't know if it's ready to short yet, though. I wanted more extension up to like 15, but it may just fail today with the SPY being all sketchy. It may roll over right here. I'm not sure. All right, we're getting a little bounce off of Workhorse, so I'm going to short some more. Okay. In the 2240s, shorted some more. Look, let's see, did Sykes sell yet? No, he hasn't sold yet. Look at that, we're at 124. I have a hard time buying into strength. Henry's better at buying into strength than I am. I can't buy into strength. Every time I do it, I feel like I buy the top. So I'll just wait and let the chart set up more. Bison, you're wanting to... You know what, Bison? You like Trade Zero? Because I'm looking at opening a new broker. I was either going to go with Centerpoint Securities or... Well, not Trade Zero. I was going to go with Cobra. I heard they had pretty good borrows at Cobra. All right. I took the short on CODX. I shorted the lower high or the higher low. I feel like I'm a little premature with it. I feel like we need more extension, but I have FOMO, blah, blah, blah. The SPY is weak. Well, the SPY is bouncing off that green to red very nicely. But I'm wondering if this is a higher low. Is it going to be a higher low and then a fade? Or is it going to keep going and break out and get over 1350? We'll see. And on Workhorse, I added at red to green. Here's the red to green. In the 2240s, I added right here into this little pop. See that little pop? Man, I was short from way up here. See what happens. So we're either going to get a flush and it's going to give up and continue to go red on the day, Workhorse, or it's going to start putting in higher lows. See how this is like a double bottom right here on the low a day, and it puts in a higher low, and then it comes back and gets over 2450 or 2250, and it stays green on the day. So really, what I'm probably going to risk is 2250. I'm not gonna stick around and let it get momentum and traction back on me. So it looks like it might dump here. Bison, you're Canadian. Can't open an account with U.S. brokers. So no Centerpoint, Cobra, E-Trade. Always using IB, but they run out of shares to short. They do. IB used to be a lot better about getting shares to short than they are these days. Except you can. One thing that really sucks about E-Trade is that you can't short stocks under $1, and you can't short the OTC market. I miss out on so many fucking good shorts because I can't short the OTC market. That's another reason why I gotta, I'm actually at minimum. I'm gonna be loading them. I'm gonna reload my Interactive Brokers account, just so I can short some of these OTCs and some of these stocks under $1. Like that JC Penney, I would have been shorting that one, up in the 80s. I would have shorted into that parabolic move. I need to get that one up. The ticker is JCP. Was it JCPNQ? Oh God. And we're getting failure. This is exactly what I was hoping for on Workhorse. Look at that. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for lower highs and lower lows. CODX. Tried to cover a little bit at 1280, but didn't get there. Oh, got it. Covered a little bit at 1280. I'm short from 1310 on CODX. Look at that. Now we're getting some. Now the action's speeding up on Workhorse. So that was a good ad. Might cover a little bit into this panic. There you go. Covered 1/4 of my position on Workhorse. Because it may bounce later and I can re-short up near red to green and use red to green as a resistance point. Sorry. BFRA looks like it's kind of consolidating over 950 now. I kind of want to buy BFRA right now. Look at it. It put in a higher low. It pulled back, put in the higher low. BFRA's it's 21,000 or 21 million. I mean, if I bought BFRA right now, I would buy it and then risk this 945 level. I'm not going to buy it though, even though I kind of want to. Oh no, the SPY's going red. Well, I guess that's good for my shorts. Look, BFRA. Starting to squeeze a little bit. Did Sykes sell yet? He's still holding that? I gotta get that chart back up. What was it? HNCFK? HNCKF. It's at 116. Man, he's having a lot of patience with this. I'm surprised that he's holding it so long. I need to get these other tickers up here. H N C K F and CODX. Should I cover some more right here? My CODX, is it going to break down or is it going to hold? All right, I covered a little bit more at 1275 CODX. Now, is this a spot to add? See this little bounce? Should I add some shares back on Workhorse? Is it gonna make it? Is it gonna put it? Is this gonna sell off and then is it gonna crack low a day again? I added some. Adding to the winner, right? That's what they tell us to do, is to add to the winners. Right? Cut the losers. CIDM. Yes, I saw them talking about that in chat. Let me look that one up real quick. Matt, I think CIDM's a pink. No, it's not. It's a fucking NASDAQ. Why did I think it was a pink sheet? CIDM. Look at that. Yeah, it's spiking. It's spiking. I can't chase it though. But we can put it on the watch list and see if it sets up. Workhorse, that might have been a good ad right there. Look at it. I added right there when it got over 22. See if we can crack low a day one more time, or it might find support here. Nope, finding support. Okay, I covered my workhorse. I can always re-short it. I don't like how it's not breaking down more. We'll let it have its bounce, and then I'll re-short probably up here near VWAP. VWAP. I'm gonna put in a short order at 22.44. All right, I just took it at 22.30. CODX, more failure. Good trade idea, Bison. Nice trade idea. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have took that trade. Bison, down to 12.50 now. All right, I got to cover some more right down here. Okay, covered some more. Nice trade idea, Bison. JCPNF. Was it JCPNF, not JCPNQ? I don't have JCPNF. I think it's NQ buying. I got NQ, I don't have NF. Oh, look at that. VVPR 696. So VVPR not doing shit right now. But remember, VVPR is more of a swing trade idea. It's not necessarily unless it starts squeezing off like crazy today. I'm gonna hold, like, when I look at this daily, I just know a bounce is coming. You know? Look at the volume. The volume is just tapering off, tapering off, tapering off. Each sell-off day is getting smaller and smaller. Right? It's not having these big long candles. It's finding support. We're gonna get a bounce on VVPR. Have faith, I promise. I mean, anything can happen, and I could definitely be wrong, but I feel very, very confident that we're going to get a bounce early next week. In fact, if it doesn't bounce today, we may have to do a special. I may have to just go live again on Monday, specifically for the bounce, even though I don't want to go live on Monday. Look, I should have been patient with my WKH. Remember, I said 22.44 is where I should put the order in. That's where I should put the order in, and I would have just got it. God, I'm so impatient with entries, exits, with everything. All right, I added. Okay, I'm going to risk 22.50, which is VWAP on WKHS. Looks like it's about to. Never mind. Took me out. I think I had my wrist too tight there. Can always get back in though. Oh, CODX. Are you finding some traction yet? Okay, I'm out of CODX completely. BFRA rejected by 10. That's too bad. Go bouncing. CIDM pulled back. Oh, missed the pullback right there. CIDM pulled back to 84 cents, popped up to 89. There's 92, about to break the high day. What was the other one that Sykes was in? Did he sell that yet? There's no way he's still in. If Sykes is still in HNCKF, this would be the longest I've seen him hold a stock. Other than like if you're holding overnight, but I mean like in real time, live, like when the market's open, this would be the longest I've seen him hold a stock in like years. All right, I reshort a workhorse at 22.61. HNCKF. Whoa, look at that. HNCKF up. That was the pullback to buy. We missed it. It's at 138 now. HNCKF. Look at that. Damn, man. I was like, I mean, look at that. It's picture perfect setup. Look, it squeezed up to the 120s. I missed the pullback. Remember, I didn't want to chase it up here in the 120s. Look at that. Sold. 141. Damn. Nice patience, Sykes. I'm going to give him. I never give him congrats. I never give him props. I'm going to. He never holds that long. Good for him. That was a nice. It's perfect sell, too. I love his sell there. Up in the 140s. But, oh yeah, so back to the setup. Look, it popped up to the 120s. I didn't want to chase it. When it pulled back, you can buy it right here near VWAP. Look at that. See, it keeps the separation from VWAP. You buy it at 110. Oh, we missed that squeeze right there. 30 cents on a $1 stock? Hell yes. Give me that. I was focused on Workhorse and CODX and PEIX is on the move? Really? You ain't lying, it is. Oh, look at that daily chart. PEIX wants to break out. I gotta get this HN. We gotta keep HNCKF on on the watch list. HNCKF. Oops. HNCKF. God, it's too many tickers or too many letters. All right, so now PEIX. Okay. Look at this daily chart on PEIX. I like the daily on this a lot. Look at that daily. It's coming back. Gets over 5. Gets over 5 and holds over 5. I mean, we could have a breakout and a squeeze to like 6, maybe 7 if we get the volume. Look, here's another perfect example of a number 5 dip buy. Look, big multi-day run. Look the first multi-day run. Now, all bounces are not created equal, but look, it started down here at 81 cents. Look, multi-day run. See it squeeze? See it squeeze? Look at the volume, right? This is back in July. You know, it hit a high of 280 and then it sold off for a couple of days. See how it sold off for a couple of days and then it bounced. Boom. And then it exceeded and it kept going. And then it pulled back and it did it again. And then one last push and it pulled back down to the 320s, and then now we got this bounce. VVPR. So fear not, young Flanagans. What movie is that from? Young Flanagan. Anybody remember? Cocktails with Tom Cruise. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely, you know what? I'm gonna set a price alert on PEIX because I mean it's pulling back right now. I'm gonna set a price alert at, I don't know, 520. I want it to get over 5 and hold over 5. So I'm also a subscriber. So yes, I'm a challenge student, but I'm a subscriber at Investors Underground as well, which is primarily a fucking short biased room. They short the shit out of everything in that room. I'm about 50-50. Okay. I got a little of that buy in me. Just kidding. I'm married. I'm married with a boyfriend. Just kidding. Bad joke, sorry. Volatility halt, WHLM. That thing, WHLM. This is a short. Whatever it's halted at, it's going to fucking die. It's going to give it up. WHLM. This thing spikes and fails. Up to 4. Is it still halted? No. It's not halted anymore. Workhorse about to go back to red on the day. See if it holds. See if it holds this VWAP. I reshorted in the 2250s or 2260. Is it going to hold? I don't know if it's going to hold. I think it's going to hold. Go red, workhorse. Okay, covered some at 22.43. WHLM failing. Not enough range for me to want to short it though. I was hoping it was going to, if it would have went up to like 5, I would have shorted it. Let me get CODX back up. Okay. Workhorse going red. Alice, did you get some workhorse short? I know you did. Shorts on NNOX, Gino says. Welcome, Gino. Glad you made it in, bro. NNOX. Wow, that is a high price stock. Usually I don't like to trade stocks over 30 bucks. Let's look at the daily chart on it. Is this a recent IPO? Wow. I think this is a recent IPO. We have news. Yeah, I'm not going to short into this strength, Gino. Not right now anyways. It's a little high price for me. You know? NNOX. Let's look at what company is this? Nano X Imaging. Apparatus Manufacturing. Nano X Imaging engages in developing and producing X-ray source technology for medical imaging industry in the United States. It develops novel digital X-ray source. So this is a recent IPO. Got a float of 30 million. Hey Gino, I know you're a little bit. Gino's somewhat new actually to trading. A little new. So if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. If I don't see them, somebody else might answer them too. If you have any questions, like say we say something, you know, say you don't know what the float is or something like that, you know, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Don't be afraid to ask, dude. Get yourself also, Gino. Get Weebles. I don't have anything gets Weeble, but you need to get a hook up with like TD Ameritrade. If you get TD Ameritrade, they got good trading software. Thinkorswim. I use E-Trade. They got E-Trade Pro. Cause with like Weeble, you have to trade it from your phone. You know, it's better whenever you trade it from an actual software. Like it almost like I'll send you a picture of what my setup looks like. It's almost like I'm in like a fucking cockpit. You know, like I'm flying a plane. Okay, HCNF pulled back. Man, is it going to make another run? I kind of want to buy it here in the 130s. I think I am, actually. HNCKF. Man, those really 5-letter tickers just give me super bad ticker dyslexia. Okay, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to take small size. And I missed it. Oh, I hate the fact the spread is so wide. Maybe I'll get executed. I got it ordering at 135. It doesn't look like I'm going to get executed. What is CIDM doing? Is it still squeezing? Look at that. CIDM's up to $1 now. Whoa, I got an execution on HNCKF. Either HNCKF is going to go here, and it doesn't go, it doesn't break out, and doesn't get over a high a day, or I'm getting out. I'm not going to hang around and let it chop around. So I got some at 135. This is a FOMO trade. I would definitely not recommend taking this trade with me. And it's pulling back. And I'm out. Not all of it. Got some of it out. Might buy it lower. We'll see. I'm out at HCNKF. Okay, hopefully Workhorse can stay heavy. So is it going to find some support here in the low 22s? Or is it going to continue failing? I think with Workhorse, I'm just going to... The red to green with Workhorse is 22.39. VWAP's at 22.48. My entry's up at 22.60, so I'm just going to throw in a stop loss at 22.51. So as long as it stays under 22.50, so it stays red on the day, under VWAP, so it stays heavy, I'm going to stay in the trade. If it gets over that 22.50, I'm out. All right, I got the stop loss in. Oh, look at VVPR. You know what I say about VVPR? The lower the better, okay? The lower the better. I'm going to add some shares. VVPR. Oh, never mind. Right. As soon as I say I'm going to add some shares, it pops up. Somebody else was thinking this. Ooh, look at that. So look at that. We're getting a little flush down to the 670s. Okay. Got some. Got some. Added. I added 500 shares right down there. Lower the better. Because when you look at the VVPR daily chart, it tells you everything. I mean, you can always expect if a stock sells off 50% of its gains after a multi-day run-up, that's about the point where you can, when a stock's down 50% off its highs after a multi-day run, you should expect some type of bounce around in that 50% area. Not like Sykes says, nothing's an exact science. So every one of them's a little bit different. That's why VVPR it's a swing trade idea, not a day trade idea. So only stocks I'm in right now is the Workhorse. I already told you the plan on that one, and VVPR. You guys know the plan on that one. Other than that, I'm watching CIDM. It's over $1. I mean, I kind of want to short it, but I'm not going to. Oh, Gino has an E-Trade account. Yeah. E-Trade has, they have E-Trade Pro software. Okay, so Tennessee asks, do I know if TD or E-Trade has more shares to short they can loan? Okay, so yeah, TD Ameritrade, if you want to short stocks, TD Ameritrade is not the broker for you. TD Ameritrade has 0 shares to short. No shares. But E-Trade is pretty good about having shares. E-Trade's one of the best, actually. Especially when it comes to the free brokers, the ones that, you know, like thank God for Webull and Robinhood, because they're the ones that when they put out their mobile platforms, they stole so much of the new incoming traders because they had free commissions that it forced TD Ameritrade, Schwab, all the big brokers, it forced all of them to give us free trades. Dude, last year, E-Trade and TD Ameritrade went commission free in October of last year. I looked at how much I had paid in commissions from January to October. I had paid, it was over $4,000 in commissions in 10 months. Granted, I'm a high frequency trader. I mean, I get in and out, in and out, in and out. So that's a lot of damn money that it's saving us by them having free commissions now. Yeah, Gino, I don't know if you're trading from the so if you want Tennessee, if you want shares to short, E-Trade is going to be your best bet, unless you want to go to one of the higher end brokers like Centerpoint Securities or Cobra or Speed Trader, which those brokers have direct routing access. And so you can get in, you know, like Ross Cameron, how he's able to get in so fast with hotkeys. He uses those direct access brokers. Also, with the with those higher end brokers that you have to have a bigger account. I think some of them you have to have like a minimum of like, you know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 just to open the account. But with those, like on the shares to short, you have to pay fees for every share. Like they have a small amount, like a penny or something per share that you have to pay just to borrow the shares. It doesn't even matter. That doesn't, it doesn't matter if you win or lose on the trade. It's just to, say you borrow 1,000 shares, you might, it cost you 1,000 pennies. They all have different pricing scales. So those super low float ones that you can never find shares to short, those are the ones that they would have shares on. Those higher end, bigger brokers. Okay, HNCKF down to 120. It's getting closer to VWAP. Thought about trying to buy it again at 120, but now it's... And WKHS just hit my stop loss at 22.50. It's probably going to get rejected right here at 22.50. I should have put it at like 22.60. Maybe not. Look at that. Workhorse does not want to go away, does it? Workhorse is choppy. Okay, I reshorted at 22.63. T-Con down to $4. People are mentioning DPHC. That's in the Investors Underground. Oh, they're shorting that. Is this a multi-day runner? They trade a lot of higher price stocks in Investors Underground. 10 up to 26. Pulling back now. There's a sweet spot for me. I like stocks between, my favorite is stocks between $1 and like $15. That's my sweet spot. That's my favorite price range. Between $1 and $15. I will trade stocks, you know, that are like 50, 60, 70 cents. And I will trade stocks that are like $20, $25. But my favorite is $1 to $15. See, Brian, look, it's good that you got out of that VVPR when it got up to your entry. So you got out for break even. So now it's down to 677. So now you get a much better entry. You know what, though? Ideally, say like VVPR, if you really wanted to trade this super safe, okay, so like maybe you're not comfortable buying it while it's red on the day and while it's still going down and you don't know where the bottom is, right? I feel like we're very, very close to the bottom on VVPR. You don't know where the bottom is at. Really, ideally, if you want to be very safe, just wait for the first green day. You know? So say this thing, if it gaps up on Monday and it's green on the day, you know, you could buy it then. But if it's still like shitting the bed and still staying red, all right, I'm back out of Workhorse again. It's squeezing up some more. So I'm probably going to leave that one alone. Workhorse is not wanting to die. Thought I was going to die, and it's not wanting to die. So yeah, that's what you could do is just wait for the first green day. I kind of like for me, I like trying to get as close to the bottom as possible. And if that means I've got to kind of, you know, if I have to buy the stock while it's red on the day, then I will. Look at that. Workhorse all the way back up to almost 23. Glad I cut that loss. Is 23 going to reject? One hour chart. Is 23 going to reject up here? I could try to short it up here. Or is it going to break out? Damn, Workhorse, look at you. Go. Fuck me. Every time I try to get the short at 22.90. Oh, okay. I got some executed. Right? I'm going to risk 23. We'll see if this 23 rejects. This 23 has been a key resistance area for Workhorse. Ever since yesterday afternoon. Look. See all these peaks, peaks, peaks. Right? So I'm thinking right here, Workhorse is going to reject at 23. If it gets over 23, I'm not going to get stubborn with it. Okay, obedience is prosperous. Stubbornness is costly. That's the worst thing you can do in trading is fucking get a stubborn attitude and get stubborn, man. That's where my biggest losses have come from, getting stubborn on a trade. Actually, you can make the case that I'm being somewhat stubborn with VVPR. But usually it's on the short side that I've gotten stubborn. You know, I'm like, this can't go any higher. Well, yes it can. Okay, if you think it can't go any higher, it probably does. If you think it can't go any lower, it probably does. We can get a pullback on Workhorse. See or no? Hell, I'm just hoping for a pullback to VWAP, 2250. Man, Workhorse. I'm impressed. Look at that. You went red on the day and then you came back. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit of pullback. Workhorse. So I took 1,000 shares at $22.90. I'm hoping to get down to 22. I'm hoping to cover some at like 22.60. But it's holding up. Okay, I covered half my position because it looks, I don't like the way it's holding up. On Workhorse. I'm really thinking it's going to get over 23. It's holding up. $22.92. Oh, look, there it goes. So 23 is my risk, but I got my finger on the trigger. I almost got out. Come on, Workhorse. Let it go. You know what buying? You're thinking about buying on this pullback. If it stresses you out, holding, you know, the loser, or holding it when it's, you know, not showing strength, just take really small size. So then you're just involved and you're interested and you're watching it. Because there's going to be another play exactly like it. Come, you know, this shit is all just rinse and repeat. All right, there we go. Workhorse. Starting to pull back. There we go. I'm going to try to cover at 2260. I mean, it may just give it all up. I should have already had the order in. Got it at 2270. Nothing to write home mom about. Speaking of moms, my mom is here. She drove here from New Mexico. Buying, just bought, it's 678. Make me want to add buying. Man, KCAC down to 17. KCAC. I made some good money on this last week. Let's see here. Look at the daily. Look at KCAC. So a big gap up, then a big run, and then a squeeze on a second day all the way up to 25. So KCAC might be a potential number 5 dip buy soon. So if you look at this daily chart, so this is going to be on watch on Monday for a potential buy. Say it flushes down to like 15. Anywhere between 17 and 15. So that's going to be on watch on Monday for a buy. PIX up to 5, but not showing a whole ton of strength. The SPY bounced off of that red to green, holding green on the day. The SPY, the SPY, the overall market. Look at that NNOX, Gino, making new highs. Glad I didn't short it. NNOX. Look at that squeezing. Look at that squeeze. Still going. We were looking at it when it was at 54. This thing's pretty volatile. So, higher the better. If this thing keeps squeezing like this, thank you for bringing this up, Gino, NNOX. This is going to be on, I'm going to keep this one on radar for a short sometime soon. It's getting pretty overextended, but I'm not going to short it yet. We'll just wait. So right now, I mean, there is nothing that I am excited about trading right now. I mean, HNCKF is back down to 110. CDIM is holding $1 right now. I'm going to put up this, keep this NNOX up. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Wow, look at that. That's a big move. From $48 to $58, 20% on a $50 stock. And I think we're getting over, I'm glad I covered my workhorse. I think we're going over 23 with this. That was a scalp trade, by the way. I told you my goal was VWAP. 2260. Longer this thing stays over this VWAP and holds and consolidates, it's going to get over 23. Maybe not, though. Might just get rejected and roll over. Who knows? All right, I hop back in Workhorse one more time at 22.85. I don't know why I got such a hard on for this stupid fucking stock. Got the stop loss in at 23.01. See if it gets rejected in this little bounce. HNCKF down to almost $1 now. Glad I didn't hang on to that one. Tried buying that one. Didn't go, so I got out quick at 130. Woo. So the stocks I got up right now are, I got up Workhorse, WKHS, CIDM, HNCKF, VVPR, PEIX, NNOX, JCPNQ, TCON, KCAC, GoGo. That's it. And Tesla. Some people are talking about Y10. What's Y10 doing? That was a one-day failed spiker, I think, yesterday. And look at that. Workhorse is over 23. Okay, I'm done trading, I think, for the day. Or for the morning session, actually. So we're moving into midday now. So, well, I mean, first 2 hours of the day. I guess it's not midday yet. Right now, I don't see anything really popping off. But sometimes, right at this time, you'll get one runner that kind of starts really taking off. Maybe it's Workhorse. What's Workhorse going to do? Workhorse over 23. Workhorse over 23. Y10, I'm not messing with this one. This was yesterday's one-day failed spiker. Look at all these failed spikes. You see, if you wake up in the morning and you see a big percent gainer and you see a chart that looks like this on the daily, look at this daily. The entire year of 2020, every time this thing has had a big gap up and a spike, it has failed. Spike fail, spike fail, spike fail. So if you see this on a stock that's gapping up in the morning, yesterday, look at this, spike fail. And you go long, don't overstay your welcome on the long. Take your profits while you can, because know this bitch is going to give it up. Yes, Brian, I did buy Tesla, but I bought Tesla in my long term account. I bought it earlier this week at $340. Here, I'll give you my exact entry. Let me get it real quick. I bought it in my Roth IRA account at $339.13. I only bought 10 shares of it, which is a $3,000 position. Right now, I'm up $355 on it. And let's say that Tesla rolls over and it continues going down. I'm just gonna average down. I'm gonna put like $5,000 to $10,000 into Tesla and just hold it. It's a long term hold for me. I don't even keep my P&L up on my screen on my E-Trade Pro software. I don't keep my P&L up on it because I'm planning on holding it for, I don't know, anywhere from a year to 15 years. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna buy some Tesla. What's Apple doing? I might buy a little bit of Apple too in my long-term account. See, Apple looks like it's starting to be a good buy. Down here in the low hundreds. I should buy some Apple. Back way back in the day, back in like 2000, I think like 2005, 2006. I got my first Apple computer, and I was in love with it so much, and I thought it was so badass, and I was like, man, this company's where it's at. Because up to that point, I was sick of dealing with viruses. So I was like, if I was going to invest in money in the stock market, I would buy stock. Back then I didn't have any money. I think I had like $2,000 to my name. Like, that was my every penny that I had. I had no capital whatsoever. And I remember the stock was trading. It was really cheap. It was like maybe between $5 and $10 a share. And I didn't put my money I didn't buy it. Well, A, I didn't know squat about the stock market, and B, that was all the money I had, so the thought of not having access to it if I needed it, I didn't, just letting it sit there I just couldn't do it. So, yeah. If I would have put that $2,000 in there back when it was, say it was $10 a share, I mean, what is that now? Man, dude. I would have had a lot of money. That would have made me a lot of money, that investment. But, you know what? It is what it is. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The stock market is like the bus. If you miss one, relax, calm down, because there's going to be another one coming soon. There always is. That's why you can't stress about missing trades. I used to beat myself up. I used to get frustrated about, like, man, how did I not see that? How did I not catch that? How did I not catch that move? Man, it felt like, that's why you got to get that screen time. You get that screen time, you develop that intuition. Who is it? I was listening to Cam from Investors Underground, and he made a great analogy about the stock market. So that intuition is kind of like, imagine if it's like you're not like predicting the future, but as you get screen time and as you put time in watching these charts, you get a sense for when something's about to happen. and and you could compare it. He said it's kind of like the weather. So let's say that you're sitting on the beach. You're sitting on the beach, and you know you see clouds. The air gets cooler. You know, it seems to moisten up. You see lightning in the background. So you're like, oh wow, it's about to rain. I better get the fuck out of here before it rains. And so you run to your car and you get in your car and you leave. Whereas if you just wait for the rain to come, then everyone's trying to leave at the same time and you get stuck in traffic. So over time, since, you know, say you've been alive 20 years or 25 years or whatever, or 30 years, over time you've developed that intuition of the, you know, of the weather. You can sense when the rain is going to come. And it's not 100% sure that the rain is going to come. The clouds may go around you and may miss you. But more times out of not, you're right. And the rain does come. Because you know all those signs because you've been alive and seen the rain so many times. Same thing with the stock market. You're watching the charts, you can kind of see things set up. And you're like, wow, okay, I got to get in this. So when you miss when you miss certain trades and you see all these other people making a bunch of money and posting screenshots of how much cash they made or whatever, don't stress about it because you saw it. It's good. That's all you got. You just got to make sure you see it. You got to see it, notice it, recognize the different components of it. That's what gives me so much conviction and faith about this VVPR. Because I've seen it so many fucking times. You've seen me on these live streams, you've seen me go through like chart after chart after chart showing, you know, hell, one of my most recent ones that I didn't play well, that I mistimed it a little bit, was Redo. I gave up on it. Look, it was fading. Look at the chart. Multi-day runner is fading. I gave up right here at I gave up on like day 3 or day 4. I gave up in the 6s right in here. And it ended up bouncing in the 560s all the way to 7. That's $1.50 right there. I said, fuck it, I'm not waiting for this thing no more. But look, there's the bounce. Not all bounces are not created equal. You won. I really fucked this one up. Damn. Look at this one. Golly. You've heard me talk about this one. Multi-day runner, 1, 2, 3 days up. A big slap down. I'm long from 11. I almost bottom ticked it. Look, it goes to 60. I was long with like 1,500 shares from like $11. And it goes to 60. Imagine if I would have held just 1,000 shares. Jesus Christ. KODK. Oh my God. I should have made 50 grand on this trade. Look at the bounce on KODK. Big multi-day run all the way up to 60. It sold off. And it bounced all the way to 45. I did catch the short though. I caught the short at $59. I can't believe there was shares. It gapped down. It opened up at 30. I bought it at 27 and then sold it at like 40. And then day 1 or day 2, I bought the... Henry texts me and alerts me about the after hours move on it. I bought it at 11, 1,000 shares, sold it at 12.50. 5 minutes later, the next morning it goes to 60. Damn, it's been raining here in Iowa for like fucking ever, it feels like. Since Monday, since Tuesday. Right, Gino? Buy and study his 30-day boot camp and help me with my compulsive buy, hee. Brian, are you an Investors Underground student? Or you're in Sykes's... You know what? Hey, Brian, if you're thinking about joining his challenge, this is what I suggest you do. Contact support. Okay, contact support and ask them. They may not give this to you though, because you've never been a challenge student before. But if you did their boot camp, this may grandfather you in. If you did their boot camp, or you're a penny stocking fucking silver subscriber or whatever, they may let you. What I did is they let me pay. I paid $3,900 for a lifetime. I'm a lifetime challenge student, so I always have access to all the webinars, to the challenge chat. Which the challenge chat, I like the challenge chat way better than Tim Alerts, because the challenge chat, you don't get fucking gagged for asking questions and interacting with people in the challenge chat. Whereas if you're in Tim Alerts, they'll gag your ass. The only thing they want to see is price action. You can only alert price action. That's it. But in the challenge chat, sometimes you get Tim Grattani in the challenge chat too, and he's a great resource, because you don't even have to ask him questions. You can ask him questions when he's in there. He's taking the month off though. But him and Crook and Michael Good, like, if Michael Good's a great resource, because like if you don't understand the news, you can ask him questions and he really breaks down the news well. But yeah, when Grattani's in there, people will just bombard him with questions. I don't ever even ask him any questions. I just watch what people are asking, and just watch what his responses are, and you learn a lot just from that. But you know what though, IU, Investors Underground, I mean, I'm definitely a Nate Mashad nut hugger, for sure. His is much more affordable too. I mean, I bought a year. I got 14 months for like $1,700 on IU, and he's got his momentum room, and he's got his traders lounge, and every morning he does a morning call. Every morning he does a live broadcast at about 45 minutes before the market opens, and he talks about, well, A, he puts out a watch list every night like Sykes does, and then B, basically it's an updated watch list. So he goes live on the mic, and for about 10 minutes he talks about what stocks he's watching, key levels on certain plays, and what his plan is with certain things. So plus, if you're brand new to trading and you were to buy the Investors Underground, you get access to all of his DVDs that would give you a good base. They would give you a good foundation of what to, his tandem trader and I forgot the other name of the other one. Damn, look at HNCKF. They just giving it up. Giving it up. You know what, Brian? You say you need to join something. I like being involved in a chat room. But a good free chat room is, if you don't want to pay for a chat room right now, is Trade Ideas. Barry goes live every morning at 9:05 Eastern Standard Time on Trade Ideas. Now his whole goal is he wants you to be a Trade Idea subscriber. So, but from 8:05 till about, I think at like 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 10:30, I can't remember, he'll go into his sales pitch about Trade Ideas. But at 8, he alerts his trades live and in real time. But he goes over all the morning gappers at 8:05. He goes over all the morning gappers, and and he talks about potential trades. Then the market opens, and then he'll alert some of his trades. But also, you'll see a bunch of comments and people in the news feed. So that's and people throwing out tickers. One great thing about being in a chat room, being in a chat room is almost like having a scanner. It's almost like having an Equifeed or a trade idea scanner, because anything that's really hot, if you're in a chat room, people are going to talk about it. And you'll see, if you see a ticker a bunch of times, you need to fucking look at that ticker. So Trade Ideas is a good free chat room. I don't mind spending, like, okay, so I'm already a lifetime subscriber with Sykes, and then with Investors Underground, basically I'm going to use this as, since I'm profitable, God willing, I keep being profitable. I don't fuck this up. But for me, the $1,700 that I spent with Investors Underground, it's a write-off on my taxes, because we got to pay capital gains tax on at the end of the year on all these profits. 33 fucking %. God damn, that's fucking robbery. So yeah, we'll write that off. All your shit, like say you buy a new monitor, you buy a new computer, you subscribe to Investors Underground. If you are a profitable trader and you're making money, write that shit off. So it'll come out, it'll subtract out of that 33% capital gains tax. GSX squeezing. Ooh, Alice, are you still there? Is Alice still there? Alice, she's with Awesome Calls. He kind of does a little bit what I do. Every morning he yes. So Alice likes Awesome Calls. What's his name? I forgot his name. The guy that runs it. Yeah, I was a subscriber there for a little bit. I didn't like it as much as Alice. A lot of the stocks they trade are way higher priced. But yeah, every morning he puts out a morning call too. I think he writes it out and you read it. But the guy, I forgot his name. AJ, that's his name. AJ. He's pretty entertaining too. I need to do this more often. When someone if you make a good trade, right? He'll do the give you the golf clap. Yeah, Henry loves the boiler room. He does like the boiler room. I know. Once Henry started watching the boiler room, all of a sudden he got smart on my ass and he started talking about moving averages. One day he said the 200-day moving average to me. I was like, Henry. Yeah, so like on the days that I'm not doing the live stream, I usually listen to Barry in the morning. And I got 2 chat rooms I'm watching, and I got my charts. And then usually whenever he goes into his sales pitch, I cut Barry off. And then sometimes I'll throw on a podcast. Uh-oh, 23 fails on Workhorse. Sort of. Let's pull him back. $670 consolidating on VVPR. To add more, I'm back up to 3,000 shares on VVPR. If I could hold, you know what my goal is going to be on VVPR? Is to hold all 3,000 shares to $8. That's $3,000 right there. Over $3,000. I wonder if I can do that. I don't think I can. I think I would have to sell 1,000 shares at like $7.50. KCAC dumping. I want to buy it, but I'm going to wait till Monday. Okay, it's a SPAC. KCAC in the EV sector. Special Purpose Acquisition Company, SPAC. See, look at that. Look at this. Look at the sell-off. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Ooh, I'm so tempted to dabble here with KCAC because I think it's going to bounce on Monday. Oh. I'm just going to take a nibble on KCAC. This is a swing trade idea. Swing trade idea. So be aware. This is red on the day. The stock is red on the day. So be aware that it could continue going red. This is a swing trade idea. I just took a nibble. I bought just a little bit at 17.36 on KCAC. We've already had 4 days of selling. And I'm buying into this flush. I'll look to add to my position potentially Monday. Yeah, look to add on Monday. Maybe today. Uh-oh. Somebody's waking up. VVPR. You waking up? You're going to get slapped down by 7. VVPR with a little pop-off consolidation. VVPR starting to wake up a little bit. I'm not selling any. I don't care if VVPR goes green on the day. I don't care if it comes back to today's highs towards 750. I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling it. I'm holding it. Because if it goes green on the day and it comes back and it starts showing strength, that means it's going to continue on Monday. So there's no reason to sell. KCAC, I took really small size just to keep me interested and involved. Yes, sir, Matt. You're on the right. You know where my head's at. KCAC. I got a nibble though, just a nibble. Nothing crazy. So I want, like with KCAC, if I was taking more of a full size, I'd probably take like 1,000, maybe 1,500 shares, and I only took 250 shares. KCAC, my head lower. Workhorse. Looks like it's rolling over. And it is. Snap. A little bit. Look at that buying. You got back in at what price? In the 670s? $678. So yeah, you're in the green now. So good job buying on selling. When it had that pop this morning, you got even on the trade, and then now you got a better entry price. Look at that. We're testing 7 with VVPR. VVPR flirting with 7. Okay, now I think VVPR is going to get rejected by this red to green move right here. So, wow, maybe not. I thought it was going to get rejected, so I sold 1,000 shares because I wanted it to pull back to like the 680s and then add those shares back. I just wanted to try to get a cheaper price with some of those shares because my average was $6.95. Now, VVPR going green. I'm going to have to alert that in the chat room. So I'm going to try to add those 1,000 shares back on a pullback to like in the 680s. So now it's starting to pull back a little bit. I'm going to put an order to add. At 685. All right, I got an order to add. I'm gonna be butthurt if it doesn't pull back and I don't get in. And I sold my shares and it keeps going. No, I won't. I'm not gonna be mad about the stock going up and going my direction and me making money. What am I saying? Why are you saying yes, buying? Or why are you saying thank you? Why are you saying thank you? Thank you for what? I'm confused on what you're thanking me for. Shit, we're over 7. We're green on the day. I may have sold my shares to... Fuck, man. I may not get the ad at 6 in the 680s. They may just start squeezing now. We're over 7. Now, hypothetically speaking, if VVPR hits $8 today, I will sell. I'm not selling anything until we get to 8. And if it hits $8 today, I will sell some today if it hits 8. Right now I'm just praying for a pullback. Right now I'm like kicking myself for selling any shares because I thought I was gonna be able to get a better price. Now we're up to 714, 715. We'll get a pullback though to add into. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna get a pullback. We'll give us a pullback. Here's the pullback. All right, got an ad at 7. I'm putting another order to add at 691. Maybe I should have done it at 695 or 696. Okay, I put another order at 702, but it's all right. There you go. I got some. I'm gonna take another 1,000. My wish order at, well, no, but 500 shares at 691. And another 500 shares at 682. How am I not getting executed at 691? Oh, got executed. Some of it. Okay, got some more at 691. Do I think VVPR is going to hit $8 today? No way in hell. Hopefully I'm wrong. Got another order to add at 685. okay, yeah. Your goal is 40 cents. That's a good realistic goal. 40 cents. Unlike Henry. Henry buys a stock at $6 and his goal is 20. Just kidding, Henry. If you're out there, I'm just playing. I mean, that's why he has patience, though. But it bothers. The reason why he sets expectations high is sometimes he buys these stocks really, really early before they move, before they do anything, and then he sells them because they're not doing shit. And then like a month later, he'll be like, "Oh, the stock will be at like $5," and he'll be like, "Oh, I had that at $1." But he was buying it whenever there was no news, no volume, nothing going on with it. It was just dead, you know. And then all of a sudden something happened and it started popping off. So I don't ever. I like to trade like the reaction to stuff. I don't try to predict it. Do my best not to predict it. Okay, got another ad in the 680s. That's my last ad. Okay, Workhorse. I think Workhorse is offering me another opportunity to short. Okay, I just took some shares short on Workhorse. I think that maybe. Okay, 23 got rejected. It rolled over. And then it bounced right here. And I just shorted this bounce versus the high of day. That's my risk. Actually, I probably won't even wait till it gets over high of day to exit the trade. If it doesn't continue fading and going down and breaking down past VWAP, then I'll just get out. Like Henry wants me to have all this patience, but when I'm going into a trade, I have an idea of what I think it's going to do. And it doesn't have to follow that idea to a T, but if it's not following that general trend of what I think is supposed to happen, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm not hanging around and watching the shit not work out for me. I mean, I guess I have in the past, but that's how big losses happen. CID, more fails. Kind of thought that once it got over $1, it was going to fail. Alice, did you grab some Workhorse short? Nicola. Did Nicola get its ass kicked today? In KLA? Yep. Kind of thought it was going to. I should have shorted this. I was thinking today, I was like, man, when it was gapping down into this pop at 38, I was like, I should short this. Because that news that they put out earlier this week was super fucking deceptive. Very deceptive. That news was not. Everyone thinks that, okay, so they got a deal with GM, with General Motors. Everyone thinks that deal was good. Who was I telling? I think it was Henry I was telling. It's like, dude, that's not. That news is. It's like that news is like a cloak, like a hidden cloak. You know. Like GM should have been allowed to die back in 2008, but they got bailed out by the government. Like GM's in trouble. They're not doing well. What's the SPY doing? SPY is holding green still. Workhorse is consolidating over VWAP. Man, I need to stay away from Workhorse short. KCAC down to 17 bucks. To add or to not add? Golly. Look at that. Down from 25. No, I'm not going to add. We'll wait. KCAC just fading. Look at that. Workhorse. Okay, I covered a little bit of Workhorse for 10-cent gain. I'm not that confident in the short on the Workhorse. I don't have a whole lot of faith in it. Oh yeah, I forgot about CODX. What's CODX doing? Is it dying? Hopefully it's squeezing. I'm all out of my short. Woo, look at that. Yes, higher the better. Keep going, CODX.
IPO is now trading.
Uh-oh, and we got a new IPO. Look at that. CODX. Wonder who that guy was at the beginning of the day or the beginning of the live stream. The dude that walked in talking about Jesus. Where'd that guy come from? You know, weirdo. Tara White. Have you believed the gospel? Man, SF was like, what's the point? What are you doing? Yeah, in other words, shut the fuck up. That's what SF was saying in a nice way. He's like, shut up, we're talking stocks here, not religion. Oh, okay. Workhorse. Little baby fails. Hold VWAP? Probably. Probably going to hold VWAP. Uh-oh, down to the 2260s now. Covered a little bit there. I had 1,000 shares short. I don't know if VWAP's going to hold, though. So, it probably does hold. So, since it does hold, I will just... Now I can't lose on the trade. I'm going to risk 23. And we'll see if this will fade off the rest of the day. Workhorse. Put the stop loss in. My parents are in town. I haven't even seen them yet. They came in late last night. So I'm gonna go out there and hang out with them. That hurricane that we had through Iowa blew over my kid's playset and beat it up, so we're gonna try to restore it. So hopefully our weather gets better. So I got the stop loss in on Workhorse. I got the 2 swing trade ideas on VVPR and KCAC. Other than that, I think that we're gonna keep an eye on too on the CODX, because this is going parabolic. I'm watching it for a short, so the more it bounces. I mean, if this thing were to bounce, say Monday, say Monday, if this thing were to bounce to like $16 or $17 CODX, I would be shorting really, really hard on anywhere near 16, 17. $17 for sure, because 17, okay, Henry would like this comment. 17 is near the 200-day moving average. So a lot of times that 200-day moving average acts as resistance or support. On the daily chart. So hopefully we can CODX keep squeezing into Monday, maybe Tuesday. So CODX, for the short sellers out there, is on watch for a short. T-Con holding $4. Okay, boys and girls. I think it's time to take a break. Thanks, Bison. Thank you guys for showing up. It was fun. I may pop back in on Monday. If I'm gonna do it if I'm gonna go on Monday, I'll try to get the video and everything ready on Sunday night. Soon you guys will know. I don't know. It all depends on it all depends on how late I have to be up Sunday night. I may have to work really late, and that sucks. So look at that, new high a day on CODX, $14. Nice. We got to keep an eye on CODX, everybody. Look at that, breaking that high a day, over 1350. We could have bought it just now. See how this yank back to 1350, and then it just got bought right up. Look at that. You buy it right at that half dollar number, and it's the high a day break. That's picture perfect technical analysis right there. It pulls back to the 1350. You make 60 cents a share right there in 4 minutes. That's badass technical analysis. Perfect. Picture perfect. Pulls back to the breakout level and a $half number. And it just gets bought right up. That is how it's supposed to be done. Sell some at 14. And then risk 1350 with the rest of it. See if it gets bought up right now and gets over 14. If we get a parabolic squeeze later today, I'm going to keep an eye on this. I still think it's going to, hopefully it continues to, higher on Monday. But if we get a big parabolic push, I'll probably short into that push and then scalp the pullback on CODX. Yeah, no problem, Gino. Glad you guys come in. Ask all the questions you want. Throw in the comments, as long as you're not acting like a douche like that guy was at the beginning of the live stream. It's all good. So, I'm done for now. Man, I'm really thinking about doing this live stream on Monday for the VVPR bounce. At minimum, though, Wednesdays and Fridays. 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. Wednesdays and Fridays. Henry will be with me on Wednesday. For all you long bias motherfuckers out there, they want everything to go up, non-stop, no pullbacks. Okay, that's what Henry wants. He'll be back. I'll give Henry some credit though. He's made me a lot more patient with my longs. And he's made me more cautious with my shorts. Because there's been so many times where I was shorting a stock into a squeeze, and Henry was long, and Henry's like, dude, this thing is not showing any signs of weakness, bro. You might want, and I've learned over time that, I've learned to listen to him a little bit more. I give him a hard time and I kind of poke at him a little bit, but I mean, watching his patience with some of his longs, I'm like, man, I gotta hold a little bit longer. He still thinks I'm too impatient, but to each their own, right? It's you, your personality, your trading account. You do you. You do what's comfortable for you. All right, for the 10th time, I'm out. See you guys later. Peace. See you guys next week.